The title of this week's CQM forecast alert is "The key to economic growth in 2021 Q3 is personal consumption expenditure." These are the main economic indicators updated in this week's CQM. One of the main impacts was the upward revision of PCA's economic growth rate due to the increase in overall employment. The second is the upward revision of PCE due to the increase in employment in the service industry. As the S&P 500 increased 2.95% in July, it also contributed to the upward revision of PCA's economic growth forecast. On the expenditure side, inventory changes in manufacturing industry and residential investment have been adjusted upwards. As a result, the economic growth rate on the expenditure side has been modified upward from 2.48% to 3.71%, and the economic growth rate by the PCA forecast has been adjusted upward from 1.33% to 3.63%. High inflation continued in 2021 Q3 with headline inflation forecasted to reach 6.5%. Here is the problem of economic growth in the current quarter. The service PCE was revised upward due to the large increase of 659K in employment in the service industry. Even if the overall nominal PCE increased by nearly 7% in 2021 Q3, high inflation almost offset the real growth rate. Therefore, the real PCE hardly grows in 2021 Q3 compared to the growth rate of more than 11% in Q1 and Q2. Therefore, the key to economic growth in Q3 is personal consumption expenditure. One of the factors behind the upward revision of the economic growth rate by the PCA is that the S&P 500 stock price index increased 2.9% in July, well above the 0.6% forecast of ARIMA in the previous month. The second factor is that the increase in Nonfarm payrolls in July was 943K, well above the ARIMA forecast of 199K last month. Conclusion from this week's CQM forecast alert. First, the key to the economic growth rate on the expenditure side in the current quarter is personal consumption expenditure. It will be clear with July retail sales and CPI update. Second, the upward revision of the economic growth rate by PCA was due to the rise in stock prices and the increase in employment in July. This slide contains additional information about this week's detailed CQM forecast, the original developer of CQM, and CQM theory papers.